Hello from me, George Riley, and we've been looking at the Wigan Warriors today, pre-season preparations ahead of the 2009 Engage Super League season, and a pretty pleasing preparation as well. 28 points to 24, Brian Noble's side have beaten the Huddersfield Giants in a run out ahead of the new campaign. 9-1 joint third favourites. Well, there's Leeds Saints and then 3 on 9-1 with the RFL's official bookmakers William Hill to win the Engage Super League in 2009, and Brian Noble already pretty pleased with what he's seeing in pre-season.
I was pleased whatever happened because we just come off a heavy week in Lanzarote. You know, we didn't get back till Friday. I expected him to be a bit heavy-legged. It took us a while to get into a flow, and we dropped a bit too much ball and gave a few too much. But that's what trial games are for, to recognise where you need to work on, and I was delighted with, coming away with a better performance in the second half.
Where are you in terms of where you would like to be at this point prior to the season?
Well, I suppose all teams would like a whole lot more time on their hands to prepare, but we've got 2 weeks now before we start. We'll have another trial game next week against Leeds, so it's important we use these 2 weeks with a view to ramping up against Wakefield.
Did the attitude and commitment please you? I mean, there was a lot of celebration at the end, and it was a trial game, and that must have been really good to see from a coach's point of view. Yeah,
the players like each other. We're confident of that, and they've all recognised there that we've still got a bit of work to do before the start of the year, and that will continue as the season progresses. But the week that I can only reinforce that the week they've come off and in our week's training was tough, and to show the kind of attitude, you're quite right, was pleasing. We conceded a couple of scores when we were down to 12 men when Stuart Field was in the sin bin. So we can take a heck of a lot of positives from this trial.
In Riddell, you look like you brought in quite a handy hooker as well for the new season.
Yeah, he goes all right. That's the reason we brought him. Again, we're not all fully together with each other. We have a few people arrived late, so we've only had probably a couple of weeks practice together, and we'll get better and better.
Have the new boys settled in okay? I mean, obviously that's a big thing in pre-season, getting your new boys gelling and getting the banter going with his new teammates as well.
Yeah, we don't have any problems on that front. I'm confident that they like each other and they're prepared to work hard for each other. We've just got to put a bit more football on what we're doing and a little bit more technical stuff defensively.
Yeah, it is going on all right. We had a good camp last week. Had a week in Lanzarote, and we've come home now and had a game, and yes, it's good to get a win. There was a bit of a poor first half for us. Changed a few things around in the second half and put them right, and yeah, we had a good second half.
Nobby said it was a really tough, really hard training camp out there in Lanzarote. What did he mean? You put a lot into it physically?
Yeah, it was probably, there's quite a lot of time there because it gives us a chance to get on the field, practice some ball, which you don't always get the best quality weather over here, so you don't get the best quality in your training sessions, but over there it gives you opportunities to get some good weather and get the most out of your ball work sessions. So there was quite a bit of time on the field. Not really too physical stuff. We had our physical days, but majority of the time was made up with practicing our game work and ball work.
Brian was saying ideally he'd like a little bit longer to work with you before the season starts, perhaps a few extra weeks. I mean, how's it been for you? You've obviously had the World Cup, well, physically an extra exertion on your body, and the disappointment mentally, I suppose, to get over as well. Yeah,
for me, I was pretty much ruled out of the season last year, so I've got probably half season under my belt, so I've been jumping on the bit to get back at it. I've had a good pre-season. I've had quite a long pre-season, whereas the lads who've been in the World Cup have probably only getting back just before Christmas time, so they've had a shorter period. But like Brian says, with a week or two more, we still have got another game, so we've got another opportunity to go out there and practice before the start of the season. But we are starting a week early, so it just means we've got to probably put a little bit more work in.
It was good to get that first hit out the way. Pulled up a bit sore, but you're always good for that first hit out.
What's up with you? What's the soreness?
Oh, just aches and pains, mate. Body getting old.
How do you think the team went? I mean, I said to your coach Brian Noble, he must have been really pleased with the way you kept going. Well, play the full 80 minutes and scored with pretty much the last play of the game, and especially in a friendly, that's going to be quite a good thing to see, I would have thought.
Yeah, definitely. We sort of just hung on in there. There were times where Huddersfield was getting a roll on, and we just just try to do our best to contain them. But we've still got a few things to improve on, and defence is going to be one of our key things this year. So we'll get back to training this week and sort out a few issues, hopefully.
What do you make of the new boys that Nobby's brought in this year?
Oh, mate, they're great. Everyone's settled in well. Piggy and Amos coming in now, and Smithy, who joined us halfway through last year, but everyone's fitted in fine. We've got a good feeling, a good vibe at the club this year, and we're all good mates.
Did how you finished last season and how close you got to actually going to Old Trafford, has that given you, well, I mean, I'm guessing you're not lacking in belief, but does that give you even more drive to think this season we could have a good one here?
Oh, definitely. We we finished pretty strongly last year, and we lost to Leeds, who ended up winning it. So we've got some good personnel again this year, and the bulk of the team's the same as last year. So definitely give us a good base to work with.
You're one of the wise ahead now. You're telling me your bones are aching. I suppose you've got to use your experience as well now.
Jump on the bike during training. Take it easy. That's about it.
18 championships, 17 Challenge Cups, and the Wigan Warriors are warming up for another assault on the Engage Super League. They start this season Sunday, February the 8th, at home at the JJB against John Keir's Wakefield Wildcats.